Feet away from deadly gunfire, that's where one man says he was trying to hide during the K Street shooting in downtown Sacramento.
A shooting that left 6 people dead and 12 injured happened in the early morning hours of April 3rd in 2022 near 10th and K Streets. The 3 men charged in that shooting were back in court today listening to witness testimony. KCRA3's Orko Manna joins us live with outside the courtroom with who testified today. Orko?
Yeah, Lisa, today we heard from Ike Harris. He's the cousin of Sergio Harris, one of the 6 people who was killed in that shooting that happened almost 2 years ago to the date. He says that he was at the intersection of 10th and K Streets when the gunfire broke out, and he also described what led up to it. Now, take a look at this video. These are the 3 accused gunmen in this case. These are DeAndre and Smiley Martin brothers, as well as Mtula Payton, sitting quiet while the witness spoke. We saw surveillance footage from inside the London nightclub, which was where Sergio and Ike Harris were right before the shooting. Ike described when he and his cousin left the club and walked around outside near the corner of 10th and K Streets in the early morning hours of April 3rd, 2022. Prosecutors asked about a group of men who were in the area at the time and if Sergio had beef with them. Ike said he didn't know, but then prosecutors pulled up a prior interview with police detectives where Ike said Sergio had a problem with them. Prosecutors then asked about gang politics. While Ike said Sergio was known to have gang affiliation, he said Sergio wasn't looking for trouble that night. At one point, Ike says he saw a couple groups of men acting hostile toward each other and insulting each other in the middle of the street. He describes hiding, worried about what would happen. Then shots were fired.
So I know groups are never a good thing. So I ran and took cover behind a metal box. Anything can happen anytime. So my awareness is always up, but specifics, as in this group and that group, they get into it, no. Initial shots and the flurry was simultaneous. It was just it was kept going.
And there was some back and forth between the prosecution and Ike Harris because, again, what he said today in court contradicted some of the stuff that he said in that interview with police detectives that happened this summer right after the shooting. Another example of that is when, during that interview with detectives, Ike said that he saw people pull out their guns, but today in court he said he never saw that. He attributes what he said during that interview to just his anger and sadness, wanting someone to be held responsible for his cousin's death. Reporting live in Sacramento, Orko Manna, KCRA 3 News.
So, Orko, who else are we going to hear from as this preliminary hearing continues?
Well, we know from court officials that the next couple days will also be more witnesses, civilian witnesses who were there during those early morning hours of the shooting. And I also just learned that some gang experts will testify as this preliminary hearing continues in August. Back to you.
All right, Orko Manna live in Sacramento outside the courthouse. Thank you.